What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about Daniel Hemric and how his win completely exposed the NASCAR point system for how ridiculous it actually is. Coming up next. So before we get started today, if you enjoy the content and you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe today and hopefully I will earn your subscription. All right, now let's get into it. First off, before we get started into me taking on the NASCAR system or whatever, complete respect to Daniel Hemric. He's a guy that earned his way up through the ranks at every single step. He's not a guy that came for money or anything like that. He worked his way up through supers, legend cars, things like that. And he has a really interesting story, and I am a fan of him. I've got the t-shirt. I've got his rookie year die cast on my shelf over here. But he has an interesting story. He's a kid from Kannapolis. He drove from RCR, but he had never won in Xfinity. He had never won in the trucks or anything like that. But his career just kept going up and up, and it was looking so promising for him. But then after that rookie year at RCR, they let him go. And he had that sort of part-time season with Junior Motorsports, and it seemed like everything that could go wrong in those few starts he had with Junior Motorsports went wrong. He would run good, but he would have mechanical failure, or he would get caught up in somebody else's wreck, stuff like that. And even at the very beginning of this year, he was sort of snake bit with Gibbs, and he looked like he was going to win that race against Kyle Busch. I can't remember exactly where it was at. But Kyle Busch bumped him out of the way and got that win, and even in victory lane, to Kyle Busch's credit, he didn't do the bow and celebrate like he normally would a win because he knew he had taken that win away from Daniel Hemric. So I feel like Daniel Hemric is a guy that is well respected, and he's got my respect too, so there's taking nothing away from him. Everybody knew the rules at the beginning of the season. He used it to his advantage. So Daniel Hemric is a champion. On the flip side of that, however, just because he's the champion of this system doesn't make this system good. Let's take a look at the numbers real quick. So Daniel Hemric's numbers this season are pretty good. He's got 1 win, he's got 15 top 5s, he's got 21 top 10s, and he's got 663 laps led. That is a season that most guys would take. They would be like, that is an awesome season, and it is an awesome season. Until you look at 2 other guys' numbers, and those guys would be A.J. Allmendinger and Austin Cindric. A.J. Allmendinger's numbers this season, 5 wins, 18 top 5s, 22 top 10s, and 422 laps led. So Hemric actually led more laps. But look at those top 10s and those 5 wins and the 18 fifth place finishes or top 5 finishes. I mean, those are staggering numbers. Those are career-making seasons. Those are dream seasons. Seasons that like video game numbers in a way. If you're into like that type of racing. But I mean, he's just, what a great season. And this season would look awesome for A.J. Allmendinger until you look at Austin Cindric's season. Austin Cindric dominated this sport, and the fact that he's not a champion is mind-boggling. Austin Cindric had 5 wins, 22 top 5s. 22 top 5s. Insane. 26 top 10s, and 1,150 laps led in a series that doesn't run 36 races, or leading 1,000 laps in an Xfinity Series season is insane. That means this guy was in front of the field for like probably over a third of the season. I didn't look up the numbers. I should have. So if I'm wrong there, I apologize. But that is a ton of laps led for an Xfinity Series season. And it just calls into question, if you're on either one of these teams, A.J. Allmendinger or Austin Cindric's team, you have to be like, what do we have to do to win a championship? I mean, if you win 5 races, have 20-something top 5s, and 1,000 laps led, how are you not the champion when the next closest person has 600 laps led and 1 win, or 5 wins, but only? I mean, it's just, this system is so terrible. And that's why I said on the previous video, Kyle Larson completely bailed NASCAR out by winning that race and winning the championship. Because if he had not, the conversation that everybody would be having the next day, heads would be exploding. Like all those dirt fans that actually watched NASCAR this season, they would be completely done with NASCAR because this point system is a complete joke. You can't give a guy who's got 1 win and a really nice season, don't get me wrong, You can't give him the championship over a guy who has had an absolutely dominant season. I mean, Daniel Hemric has completely exposed how terrible this point system is, and NASCAR needs to do something about it and be proactive for once in their lives instead of reactive. They need to do it right now, fix this point system, take it back to either the Jimmy Johnson system or the NASCAR Winston Cup system, or take it to the F1 system. Hell, even Mario Kart system makes more sense than the NASCAR system we've got now. Let's just for sake of argument, what if Junior had like a 5 or 6 win season or a 10 win season like Larson had, and he didn't win the championship? Half of your fan base would be gone, or over half if it was Junior, or Chase Elliott. Like, that fan base would be absolutely gone if that happens. So NASCAR needs to fix it to where the guy who has the best season wins the championship. It sounds idiotic for me to even say that. The guy that has the best season should win the championship. I don't know. NASCAR, you need to fix it. All right, hopefully I earned your subscription today, especially if you made it this far. And if you got a comment, leave it down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace. I really do like Hemric. This isn't a shot at him in any way. This system is just so god awful. It's just a terrible system. Yeah, but that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling and turn the camera off. I'm really going now. Bye.